Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel. First and foremost, apologies for the very basic setup. I promise I'm trying to step up my game and if you like my videos, I would be very grateful if you could put a like, but most of all, subscribe as well to my channel because that will make me grow and give me the little bit, of empowerment that I also need in this respect because I'm starting this channel right now, and I could have waited to make it a bit more professionally looking, let's say, but I really felt called to start this journey and to hopefully reach out to as many of you that need a bit of support in moments when it's not very easy to get going, and or that we have doubts or we have uncertainties. And so since I really felt strongly pulled to do this now, I am starting even with this very basic setting. Let me just show you what we're going to be doing. I'm just going to be doing something like this throughout the video because I just really want to get it started. And so thank you for your patience, and I promise it'll get better if you if you feel like sticking to this, and let's see where this leads us to. So, I would like to start by saying that in case you haven't read or watched my videos, the one that I started with my channel, I explained there how I read my cards, which is intuitively for sure, but I not only read cards, I also mixed my readings with astrology, which is a lifelong passion of mine, and I'm a student for life, I would say, of this discipline. And so for me, it's about tidying all the components, intuition, the knowledge I have of tarot, but as well as the one that I have of astrology. So I hope this is what you're looking for, and let's get started. So, Taurus, you are an earth sign, if you know anything about astrology. You're an earth sign, which means you're very grounded. You like what you like. You want to feel safe. You want to be stable. You enjoy good food. You enjoy a beautiful art piece. You are somebody that can indulge into the pleasures of life like nobody else can, and most of the time you are a figure that is nurturing to others and loves to nurture himself as well. So it's a sign that really requires a lot of grounding, I would say, and I would know something about it. I'm a Taurus myself, so it's something that Tauruses need. Now, obviously, our birth chart, as I explained in the video that I posted at the very beginning when I started this channel, I explained that a birth chart is not made of just one sun sign, but it's made also of a moon sign, it's made of a Mercury sign, and so on and so forth. And so obviously this is just a part of you. But being your sun sign, which is your individuality, who you are in the world, what you need to feel fulfilled in life, obviously this is an important part of you that needs to find indeed fulfillment. You cannot not have this kind of nurturing feeling around you, whatever nurturing means to you. By all means, that could mean stability in the sense of financial situation. It could be that you need a family. It could be that you just want to feel that you can stand up on your own and be able to just do whatever you like anytime you like. It can be, nurturing can be manifested in so many ways, just like pretty much everything. So just don't take anything literal and as in like nourishing means food, or nourishing means beautiful things, beautiful clothes. Not at all. It just means whatever really matters to you, you need to have it. Taurus needs to possess something that makes them feel grounded and nourished indeed. So why am I going into this whole speech now? Well, first and foremost, like I said, because astrology is what I am aiming at including in my readings, and so some explanations are things I want to offer to you, and please feel free to ask any questions in the comments if you'd like to know more. But the reason why right now specifically I'm talking so much about the grounding and the needing for, something tangible, let's say, is because the first card that I pick, which my readings are not always the same, but I like, let's say, usually to start with picking a card that will kind of give me an idea of what the energy crowning the reading will be all about. And so the card that I picked up was this one, which is very interesting. It's Pisces. Which is, I wouldn't say the opposite of Taurus, but what happens is that they have a very, very different approach to life, and they have a very, very different kind of way to go about it. And so this already shows me that there's a bit of a contrast in the energy, or a possibility to expand. It doesn't have to be seen as negatively. I don't believe there's any such thing as negative or positive. It's more so, how do we interpret? What do we make of the energy? It's our choice. And so what does Pisces stand for? Well, Pisces, first and foremost, has nothing to do with Earth. It's so watery. It couldn't be any more watery than this. So it's all about the emotions. It's all about the things that are related to the intangible. And in that respect, is what I meant when I said it's kind of the opposite of Taurus, although not quite. And we'll see that in a minute. Why is that? Pisces are just really ethereal kind of creatures. And here we're talking about the energy that surrounds your reading. So what does that mean? We need to apply this sort of energy in the action environment belonging to somebody who needs tangible. How's that going to work out? Well, that's something we're gonna have a look into in a minute. But I always find it interesting when very different energies blend or have to find a way to coexist, at least for a limited amount of time. I mean, let's not forget that any of these readings are, just for the time being, and that doesn't mean that it has to be at the time that I am posting this reading. It could be any time. If you're drawn to listen to this, we will be for you, but it's more so nothing lasts forever kind of concept. So please keep that in mind. Everything changes all the time. So what can this mean, this Piscean energy around you? Well, Pisceans are usually full of compassions, and they have bright and broad visions that are linked up usually to the collective. So there's a sort of self-undoing quality to Pisces that it's unique to them. Pisces are the counterpart of Virgos. They are the opposition of Virgo, and they both are signs in devoted to others, into helping others, but they do it in a very different way. Now, if you had some Virgo energy around this reading, I would say, okay, well, at least you have some earth, grounds earth sort of thing, because Virgo is also an earth sign. But in this case, you have a watery sign which is in service of others. But how does Pisces do that? It does it by undoing itself. And while on one hand it's done truly and genuinely from the heart, on the other hand, when it takes a bit more on the side of the shadow, which we all have the shadow and the light side, well, that means that there could be a quality, like a self-victim kind of quality to it, which by all means, like I said, we all have a trait that we may or may not like as much, but isn't the game to try and balance each part of us so that we can actually accept ourselves fully. I mean, that's the never-ending game, I would say, for all of us. So in terms of the energy, I would say that this energy, after seeing the cards that have come out, which I'll show you in a minute, these are the cards that have come out to start the reading. After seeing those cards, I understand what this energy is all about for you at this time. There's probably like an infusion of dreaminess, this kind of artist quality added into your life at this specific time. And there could be some sort of, but dreaminess, I mean, when you kind of dream of even the impossible. That's what Pisces pretty much delve into all the time. That's what they do. That's their comfort zone. They dream. They always think about the impossible that can be made possible, because why not? And if nothing is tangible, then why can't we make anything of what we wish for? I mean, it's just, one of those kind of things where you say, okay, all doors are open to me so long as I have my vision and I trust in it, I believe in it, then this is all I need. This is how I am going to make myself into the world. And so there's this sort of creativity, quality added to this reading, which is, I find beautiful, because Tauruses sometimes just struggle because they're so intent of keeping their roots, their feet well planted on the floor, that eventually sometimes the creativity can be pushed aside a little bit, which is sad, because Tauruses have great capacity for indeed giving. They give even what they don't have. That's unfortunately one of the downside of Taurus, is they just give even when their well is absolutely empty, because they're patient beyond belief. And so this Piscean quality, like, can really help you at this time to bring out the creativity side of you that really wants to come out, and that you probably or possibly have suppressed for the longest time. And so this is the time, in case this resonates for you. Remember, it's a general reading, so it won't resonate with everybody. But if there's any part of you that says, oh my God, I kind of want to, I don't know, have fun, break free, do something different, and I don't know, try out something different, something, let's say drawing or a dance class, or anything, really anything, doesn't have to be as practical as that. Anything that you have been inspired to do, but that you have put in the back burner because, I don't know, you just stall because you probably don't have the courage or the strength to even invest your time and energy in it. Because when you do invest your energy, you Tauruses can be really, really intense. You just don't quit until you actually achieve your results. Well, then this is your cue to understand and to be aware that this is the moment where you actually can allow yourself to allow that creativity into your life, and see where that leads you. So this is just about the energy. So let's get into the rest of the cards, let's say. Let me put this one here as the crowning energy so we don't forget. So I'm just going to, like I said, since my setup is not fantastic yet and not very professional, I'll be moving this camera, and hopefully it won't bother you too much. But I would really like to show you the cards so that you can actually get a glimpse also what these cards are communicating to you. Because the intuitive part of having somebody reading the cards is that it can mean something to you that it doesn't mean, that doesn't mean to me, and vice versa. And I find it nice when people can have a look at the cards and just, feel for themselves. Maybe there's some details that I'm not picking up on, but you do. And so that's important to you. And this is the whole purpose of doing a reading for somebody. So let me move this camera and let's start with the cards that I've seen here. So as you can see, I was talking about creativity, and this whole reading, seriously, it's all about that, which is amazing and uplifting. So start with the Queen of Wands. I mean, can you see or can you feel anything more joyful and playful and full of energy and life than this card? Hardly, I would say. I mean, it's something precious. This seems to be what you really are longing for and what you really are striving in life at this moment. And it's all about, being tied to actually giving yourself some love. The Ace of Cups can mean love in general, but it certainly means, first and foremost, self-love. You need to unleash this creativity. You need to take care of yourself. This is your gift to yourself. This is the time when you're going to allow yourself, or you should be allowing yourself, to do this, because the energies are supporting you right now. There is indeed new beginning here. There is something that you can create. There is something that you see. This is the Page of Pentacles. This is a very ground page. I mean, this is somebody who wants to keep one foot on the floor anyways. It's again, it's an earthy, the pentacles is the suit, it's the earthly suit. So obviously there's a factor here of being grounded, but being grounded doesn't mean that you cannot unleash a new potential and start a new venture. Absolutely not. In fact, we're talking about creativity. Look at this. There's a mandala here. There's a mandala here. Sorry if the pronunciation is not correct. You may have gathered that I'm not an English native speaker, but I hope you can understand what I mean. It's all about creativity. It's all about unleashing that part of you that you may have suppressed until now. And why would you do that? Because this is where you want to get to. You want to be the Queen of Pentacles that you are, because Taurus is represented in the tarot by the Queen of Pentacles amongst other cards. And so that is, have you seen her face, her expression? It's an expression of content, of being happy where I'm at, feeling fulfilled, feeling that I'm not missing anything, that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be, which is where we all are in our life, even if we don't always understand, or we don't always accept, we don't always acknowledge that. But this is where you want to get to. And this is something that you would probably need to be careful about. So in order to reach this stage, you definitely need to, like the Seven of Wands suggests, to stand your ground. Like if you had somebody that is standing on your way, I would say just graciously put those people on the side and just keep going your way, because that's where you're supposed to go, because that's what you need to do for yourself, for your own self-love. But the advice here, the cards would say, just do it with light. Just be the gracious being that you can be. Don't just, like you see these two faces are faces of like turned on one side, like, nope, I'm not listening to you. Nope, I don't care what you want to say. You can still do the same thing with a bit of grace and just, like be in your power and stand your ground without having to hurt anybody. Just keep going on your path. Do what you need to do. Just do it in a way that doesn't affect others, that just doesn't, putting boundaries, self-boundaries doesn't mean doesn't have to be upsetting to others. It just means that you know your own self and your own worth, and you're just gonna stand up for it. And this is absolutely what you would need to do. There's just many ways to do the same thing. And so, not my advice, but the card's advice would be just do it. Do it in a way that it's not going to affect others negatively, because nobody wants that. It's just bad energy, and it's a circle. Whatever we put out comes back to us. So, and all of this, where is it going to, or how is it developing in your life? So here we see the figure, like the two ones, and as you can see, there's a globe here. She's looking out at the window, like she's waiting for something. Again, there's a quality of dreaminess about it. You see also, all of these colors are kind of like dreamy, like sunset sort of thing, soft clouds, pinky and light orange. And she's dreamy. There's this dreamy quality about this whole reading for me, about, well, on one hand, strong creativity and self-love, and the possibility of actually go and get what you need, but also this way of doing it, which is, yes, like a very Piscean way of doing things, just looking out of the window and daydream. That's what we want to do. That's what we need. That's what is gonna take you to whatever. It could take you long distances. You can be traveling. You can be dreaming of, something that you have been longing for a long time. And now what that can be will differ for all of you. I mean, this is a general reading, like I said. So for some, it would be, like unleashing a creative side of themselves that will lead them to, down a certain path. And it could be about career, for example, but it could also be that you finally set yourself free and you said, you know what, this is the time that I'm actually going to start, I'm going to take that trip and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it on my own, and I don't care. Now I'm in my power. I know I can do it. And I have this vision. It's all about the vision and the creativity for you at this time, I feel. Also, it could relate to somebody else. So for some of you, this is the time that you're actually going to perhaps put your barriers down, the barriers that you have put up for, with the Seven of Wands, which is about standing your ground in terms of like setting up your boundaries in certain ways. Maybe you have been like this in the past. Maybe you're in this moment right now, but you're uncertain and you're like, what shall I do? Because the twos are usually also a synonym of indecision, or like, yeah, I'm a bit torn, I don't know what to do. And because here there's a Two of Pentacles again, so we have the Two of Wands here, and we have the Two of Cups, and we have the Two of Pentacles. I mean, we're only missing one two, and we got the full suit. So what does that tell me? That there has been indecision, or just kind of this back and forward sort of energy, like, what shall I do? What shall I do? And that could be also in regards to somebody else. Like I said, it happens to be the Ace of Cups is up here and the Two of Cups is down there. So this self-love can be poured also into possibly a relationship, or somebody that has been, I don't know, trying to get into your emotional space, but you may have kind of, rejected, or you haven't trusted. You first needed to establish yourself, and well done, good on you, because that's what you need to do. You need to be strong for yourself first, and standing still and standing strong in on your own 2 feet, and then you can give love to somebody else after you've given love to yourself. So well done you, Taurus. If this is where you're at, I would say that you couldn't be in a better space. I mean, this is exactly what you need. And so there may be another person involved. There may be, like for those of you who believe in, I don't know, twin flames, for example. Now, the concepts are, very different, soulmates and twin flames. And there's, we can have many, many soulmates in life, and they don't have to be all romantic necessarily. So the Two of Cups could also be like maybe strengthening connection that will help you on this path of unleashing your creativity. There will be a support to you. So maybe you will allow space for other people in your circle that will be there, really just waiting for you to just, open your arms and say, I accept your support. I accept that you're there. I don't need to do this on my own necessarily anymore. Here, it seems all about me in a way, but in a very good way, like in a way of, hey, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is where I can head to. This is what I want to achieve. And this is what I need to do to achieve it. And so now here it's like, okay, what about my vision? Where do I look into? What do I really want to do? Which kind of people do I want to involve in my life? And here you see this Two of Pentacles has a bit of a more grounded round circle. Let's call them circles because that's what they are. Okay, it's a bag, sure, but you can see this is like it's the how do you say it? It's the opposition of the material versus the ethereal. Is that how you say it? Sorry if that's not the word, but you get me. This is the ether. This is what you cannot touch, the intangible, the Piscean kind of energy, and this is your energy, the grounded energy. And like, which way should I go? This is who I am. This is my Taurus way of being, and this is the Piscean way of being. What should I do? What should I do? Now, if you are at this stage, watch it, because this is happening here. Let me move these. So this is the Tower. For those of you who read tarots, understand tarots, then you understand what this is. Now, usually it's it's the card, I would say, of expect the unexpected, and this would be usually the first word that comes in, like a sudden change. This would be the first meaning I give to this card. But because I'm reading intuitively, not always the same card gives me the same meaning. And in fact, when I pulled this card, the card of the Tower, the first thing I thought was like the word that came to me was groundbreaking. So all of this indecision, but being so strong, like in your own self, this will lead you to finally groundbreaking changes. Because the Tower for sure is a change, but let's not forget that it's a sudden change, sure, but it's not always a change that we don't know it's going to happen. Sometimes we do everything in our power, whether we're conscious or not, to make this change happen. We push all the buttons, in order for things to turn out a certain way. And then we're like, oh my God, this has happened. Like, how's that possible? So we feel like it's been sudden, because maybe all of a sudden, let's say we're in a relationship and that person just closed the door behind them and they never come back. And you're like, oh my God, what happened just there? But in the end, you put some reflection on it, and what you have been doing in the past, I don't know, days, months, years, was to kind of like cultivate this feeling of, ramping up this energy of, I don't want this relationship, I'm not okay with this relationship, this is not the kind of person I want to be with. And so all of this energy, simmers up, and then you have, boom, the big tower moment. Now, like I said, the tower moment can be unexpected, and in this case, it may as well be just because you're not used to be in that Piscean energy. So you're like, wow, I don't even recognize myself. But guess what? The word I got was groundbreaking. So it's a groundbreaking change that can lead you to new opportunities that don't have to be all woo woo up there, like if that's not the energy you're comfortable with, but they can be very much rooted. This is the Page of Pentacles, so you don't have to fear anything, just soak in the beauty of it. Now, why am I also like I still wanted to know a bit more about this tower. I was like, okay, I usually think it's really a sudden change and unexpected things that just shakes the grounds, and we have to start from zero, and it's always, usually not always, but it's usually scary and unsettling at the very least. But because I got the word groundbreaking, I said, let me pull a couple of cards in it. And so the two cards that came out were the Justice, first and foremost, and so I put it here. And then the second card that kind of jumped up of my deck was the Hermit. And what do these two cards tell me together is that this groundbreaking change is all about bringing finally a sort of balance between your groundedness and the need you have for it, genuinely and naturally. It's innate in you. And that kind of, okay, I can lean into something that it's a little bit different to what I'm usually used to, but that doesn't need to be bad, and it can actually give me some sort of grounding because it's balanced finally. And the Hermit, what it tells me, the Hermit is a card that it's all about inner work and introspection, and taking some time to really get to know yourself and disconnect from all the sounds of the world. You see how peaceful this person is. It's just levitating. It's not even sitting down, you could say. It looks like it's floating in air, because that's what the Hermit quality is about, like withdrawing from the chaos, from the noise, and from everything that takes us away from who we really are, and put ourselves back into what we need to be, and which is in connection with our own self. And so this groundbreaking moment right here, it's nothing but something wonderful that will bring you balance, and that will bring you what you need, your inner self. What does it need? It needs to be nurtured also in the creative side of things. It cannot just be all about the practicality that Taurus is used to. And once you get that, then the result at the end of it is this. And this is who you are going to be if you give in into this beautiful energy that you have around. This is the Magician. The Magician is just the quintessential expression of creation and potential. You're pretty much, this card pretty much says that what you are is pure magic. You see how he just kind of like puts element in and mix them up and makes a twirl here. It's pure magic. You have pretty much everything that you need right now in order to manifest exactly what you want. And the skills will come with practice. You don't have to fear that. This is something that you have been granted at this specific time. So you just really need to lean into this energy. You need to consciously step into your personal power, and then you can finally shape your life the way that you want, and anything that you desire, anything that you wish for. You just need to trust that it comes to you, just because you're putting all of the effort and the work required for it to happen. So you just need to understand why you're doing things, where the need come from. And actually, when you put so much logic and thoughts in it, the magic sometimes slips away, but not in this case. In this case, you're absolutely conscious, and I hope this reading kind of gives you confirmation that that's where you're at, and that this is, that you are on the right path. If this reading is resonating with you, you just don't need anything else but trusting that you are where you're supposed to be. And then, magic will unleash, and that's what's awaiting you. So I really hope this gives you a little bit of a, an insight of what is going on for you at this moment. I will be publishing more videos, obviously, and any encouragement you'd like to give me, if this has resonated with you and you have ideas on how I could make this better, or you would like to hear more about something, or you would prefer some kind of video instead of others, just please let me know. Just put any comments you like in the box below this video, and I will make sure to get back to you as soon as I can. And until next time, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Bye. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel.